Yo, what is up guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk about something absolutely busted. I'm talking about 15 billion gold per hour on the high end with this strategy. So for this strat, you only need to do this on Torment 10. That's really important. Another thing is that you want to do escalation sieges with the practice technique gold drop Horadric seal. Now, this Horadric seal, you can actually roll your Horadric seals 3-1 them until you get it. But once you have it, that's GG's. You will never have to worry about gold again. Now for this, you actually need practice technique. Now this is a low level set charm that you can actually get if you go down to difficulty level hard. You can actually 3-1 your normal charms that you actually get, right? And after that, you basically have a high chance to get practice technique. Now you only need the 2 set effect for this to actually apply the 900% bonus, and then you will just equip whatever you have or you need. Now, I recommend dropping down to Torment 10 because this will probably break your build because you won't have a chance to actually use the 5 set effect from your actual charm set. However, this is actually worth it. On Torment 10, we actually have the maximum gold increase that we get from the game. So if I go Torment 11, it doesn't change, right? 300% on 10, 300 on 11, and 300 on 12. Now, basically, this threat, as I said, revolves around doing escalation dungeons. So for this threat, you only need 3 points on your tree, basically. First and foremost, the Dread Revival. Now, bosses in the Nightmare dungeons, including escalation sieges, have a chance to actually revive on death. Now, if you hit the gold reserve that you are looking for, you're fishing for, and you kill the boss, which drops an insane amount of gold and it gets revived, the revived boss will also drop all the gold that the previous one did. So the second one is Recurring Nightmare. This allows you to actually get your escalation sieges. Now, escalation sieges can drop from normal Nightmare dungeons, including escalation sieges themselves. So you basically, if you check my inventory, you will never run out of escalation sigils, because even in the escalation sigil itself, you can drop an escalation sigil. Now, if you don't have any, no worries, you come to Warplans, you actually start doing Nightmare dungeons here because they are free, and then with the second node, you have a chance to actually get an escalation sigil. And lastly, you have the cube. You can actually do amalgamation on these. So basically, you come here, you do boom, 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 5-1. You actually get an escalation sigil. So these escalation sigils will roll a random stat for the first one. It can get gem reserve, equipment dev, whatever, right? But the main thing that we are actually caring about, the last one, is the branching pathways. This allows your Nightmare escalation sieges to have 2 additional Horadric portals whenever you complete one single tier. Now this tier goes up to 3 and then you fight the boss. So the first one is predetermined by the actual escalation sigil that you have. So here I have a gold reserve. So in 3 minutes, I'm guaranteed to actually get 900 million gold. Now, whenever I finish this tier, I have 3 chances to actually hit another gold reserve on the affixes for the next tier. And then I have 3 chances to actually hit another gold reserve for another tier. And lastly, for the boss itself can actually have the gold reserve affix. So total, you have a maximum of 4 possibilities to actually have gold reserve in one escalation sigil. Now, these sigils take up to 10 minutes to actually complete, but if you have a 4 gold reserve escalation sigil, that is 3.6 billion gold in literally 10 minutes. Now, you multiply that by 6 if you are super lucky, and then there you have it, over 20 billion gold whenever you do this. So that's basically all there is to it. You wanna do this with a build that is actually fast. So I have the Immortal Barb here, basically 200% movement speed on top of Iron Skin, 15% increase. So super fast, super zoomy. On Torment 10, you don't need a set effect for this. So you basically can actually one-shot everything, no issues whatsoever. and then you just make billions and billions and billions of gold with this thread. So I will leave you with one escalation sigil, so you will see how it works. You will have a general idea how to actually go about this. Whenever you have a gold reserve affix on your escalation sigil, you want to make sure that you actually full clear that entire tier, the entire map, because you can have these Horadric chests that are dropping this insane amount of gold in every single corner of the map. So you want to go around, look for them, and basically get filthy rich. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I see you in the next one.